No, I think we started off really hot and we were able to create a lot of chances, but we did take our foot off the pedal and they were able to get back in the game. I felt like in the second half, things were said to us in the locker room that I think gave us like a kick up the butt. So that's why we started to play a lot better. I think in the second half, you saw what we should be doing to, I don't want to say lesser teams, but, teams that are a little bit lower levels. So I think the second half performance was what we need to be doing, whether it's Open Cup, whether it's MLS, and we need to be doing that on a consistent basis.
Johnny, given all the chances on Saturday and just the one goal, regardless of the quality of the opposition, how good was it just to score a bunch of goals and get a win by multiple?
No, I mean, for myself, it's just like I haven't scored this year. I haven't scored since last year, September. So for me, it feels good no matter how they go in. The first one was a crappy goal, but score. Second one was a good like build up play. So for me, it's just as a team, we have to take that confidence and just, I think for the last 5 games we've been able to score. I believe. I think, and we just even if it's one goal, we just have to keep trying to score and keep trying to be creative in the final third.
So you mentioned you don't want to look at it as lesser competition, but it did seem like you imposed your will a lot more in the second half than in the first. Is there anything you can take away from this game moving forward as the attack continues to get better week by week?
Just stepping on the team's throat from the minute one. We're gonna go to Vancouver this weekend. This is an opportunity that we got to come out there flying from the gate. Just the difference is in we played St. Louis on the weekend. We came up flying in the gate from the gate, but we didn't punish them. So we have to be ruthless in front of goal, and with the good play that we've had in the last few weeks, we have to capitalize on the opportunities. And luckily today we were able to get back in the game in the second half. But the first half to me was kind of like St. Louis, where we for the most part dominated and then let them get back in the game, just like a crappy goal. Well, St. Louis's wasn't crappy, but you know what I mean. But yeah, we have to step on teams' throats with all the momentum that we have, especially in the first half.
Two straight starts for Kevin. How's he fitting in with the team and getting more familiar and raising his level?
I think he really opens up the team, and his runs in behind are really, really good. Today, one of the things that I noticed for me today is that I was able to link up with him pretty well, and I'm excited to try to get on the field with him, and hopefully, I think both of us bring the ability to run in behind and go 1v1 at players, and I thought he opens up a lot of gaps for me to come inside as a winger or as the 8 pocket when I get the ball. So because he likes to make those runs off the shoulder, so I see him. I think he's going to be a really, really important piece as the 9 for us moving forward.
So Kevin has made his 2 straight starts since his first season with the team. There's a lot of pieces that it's their first season with the team as well. Do you think that having that consistency helps, especially due to all the injuries that being able to put together some of the same lineups is helping the team moving forward?
I think that is a big thing. I think consistency. I think that's something that you did see in the first half. Obviously we changed a lot today. Some players who haven't played as much, some players, who this was their first game. So you can see chemistry is a thing that happens over time. But again, once we start finding getting results, getting the consistent lineup, however Robin decides, you're going to start seeing a team that's going to be like a well-oiled machine. And that's, I think, throughout all professional sports, that's how most of the time it is.
Johnny, what does this result say about the rest of our run in the Open Cup, given that the history this team has with this tournament hasn't always been the best?
I think it's like a monkey off our back. This is our first win in the Open Cup in like 6 years or something. I think we're saying that.
Sorry, 2017, so 5.
It's 5.
6, yeah.
So for me, it's like it doesn't matter who we play, because I think my first year in 2019 we played in Mexico and we didn't beat them, and they were a USL team as well. So for me, it's like I think in this tournament it's about whoever's in front of you, just have to play and try to beat them, and it doesn't matter who. You watch a team like Orlando City who won the cup last year. It doesn't they played a Sacramento team in the final, and again at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because as we saw results today, Memphis beat Atlanta. I think Miami went to penalties with Miami FC. These guys are coming to prove a point. They want to get an MLS contract, so you can't just come out and just be flat-footed and just come think, oh, this is going to be an easy game. Otherwise you will get beat. And it's a good thing today that we didn't come with that mentality, and we're playing in front of our fans. We want to win the game and to move on. We've been knocked out 6 years straight, so we needed to try to make a statement.
You mentioned, so you guys are undefeated since March, and you mentioned that the chemistry is getting better. What do you attribute that chemistry to in the past month?
I think training has been a lot more intense. I think we've been playing a lot more bigger spaces so we can get chemistry with each other, playing off of each other. So I think, but the biggest thing is I think that, people are trying to make it a thing to be as good as they can in games and in training because they don't want to lose a spot or they want to play. For myself right now, I'm on the outside looking in, so it's like I have to come in every single day, and not just myself but other players come in every day, and we're like we have to fight to make sure every single pass, every single shot, every single dribble is picture perfect. So I think that is what is building the chemistry, is that everyone wants to play. Everyone's actually, the intensity of training is a lot higher than it was before.
How much more settled is Max, at this point in the team, goal and assist and some nice combination play with you?
No, I think today he had a really good performance. I think, we're seeing, for me, it was always that he just needed to just get comfortable, keep getting games. And as we know with young players, it's always going to take some time. No one's, if you are very good overnight, then you should be playing in obviously Barcelona or Madrid. So for me, he's a very good player, has a lot of potential, a good enough player to play in Europe. So it's just about getting the game, staying consistent. And, he's been looking really good, especially the game against St. Louis. He was very good. Charlotte, very good. And then today he was very good again.
Mike Edwards with his first team debut tonight. What have you seen from him just in training again, preseason, his kind of growth with the team and the squad being an important factor?
There's a reason why we didn't loan him out this year. For me, last year, it's not the same Mike that we saw coming into preseason this year. He came in fit, he came in ready, and there's a reason why he's here right now. And I'm happy for him that he made his, I think, he waited 2 years for his debut now? So I'm happy for him because he's been really putting in the work. But, I think all the senior players saw a change coming into this year's preseason. And this is why, again, he's here. He's fighting for a spot because he's fit. He looks hungry. He's playing really well in training. He deserved it today.
We're going to start with a 7-game stretch in May. How's the team feeling? And for that, look ahead of the next game against Vancouver weekend.
I think for me, we have a few injuries right now. Some key players, Cole is out, Brian's out. So I think for us, everyone needs to know that they're going to get a chance to play, and they just need to take it in stride and just, play like it's your last opportunity to play. I mean, I know for me, going forward, that's just how it's going to have to be. Just play like it's your last game that you can ever play. So if we all have that type of mentality, I think then we'll be able to get the results we need. And, again, we're all going to get an opportunity to play, so we just all need to be ready. And I think looking forward to Vancouver this weekend, this is a team that I think we do well against sometimes, we struggle against them sometimes. So I think we just need to go to their place, silence the crowd. We have to take this thing out of the game, but we just have to be ruthless. I think we played them last year on the road, and we absolutely dominated them, but we didn't put away our chances, and they ended up beating us. Versus the game here, it was literally the exact same game. I actually think we played better away against them, but the difference is we scored our goals, and that's why we beat them. So I think we gotta step on their throats, like I said earlier, and put the game away.
Vancouver is a very solid team defensively speaking. I think they only allowed 7 goals in the last couple of matches or throughout the season. Now with us scoring 3 goals, how do you feel going into that match, knowing that the attacking portion of the Raps are doing better now?
I think honestly it doesn't matter who we play, whoever we face. If we just believe that we're going to score goals and we just have that mindset that we're going to be killers, then goals are going to go in, and we're going to want to score goals. So that's all we have to just go in with that mindset, the want to score goals and the need to score goals, and not put too much pressure on ourselves, but knowing in the back of our heads, we got to be on point in the final third, combination plays. When we get our chances to score our goals. So honestly, they are a very solid defensive team, and I give them credit. They have some very good players in the back there, but honestly, if we want to be a team that competes for MLS Cup, it doesn't matter who we play. We just have to be ruthless on both sides of the ball. And, Robin says all the time, the game is won in both boxes, defensively and offensively. So for an attacking player like myself, we have to make sure we win the game in our attacking box.